So 2024 is coming to a close and everyone's coming out with their best albums of the year, best songs of the year, which stay tuned for mine. It's going to be sick, and pointing is rude, but maybe I'm just excited because I'm excited about this video because I want to talk about the craziest wins in metal for 2024, because 2024 has been insane for the bands and the exposure that we've gotten for, like, the metal, hardcore, metalcore, all the genres, right? So I thought, you know what? Spread the positivity, spread the joy of how good this year is, because 'tis the season, right? So I thought I'd rank the top 10 craziest wins in metal for 2024. So that's enough chit chat. So starting off the list at number 10 goes to the announcement of Warped Tour. Warped Tour coming back is such big news for like North American metalheads and rock fans and just like emo kids, the alternative scene, right? Because it was such a pinnacle part to expose bands and hardcore artists like Katy Perry, and the fact that it's coming back with Kevin Lyman on board too is just huge news. I also think that Falling Reverse is probably going to be headlining, so whether you like it or not, I think he is, and it's because he commented on my Instagram post from Ronnie Radke himself. Because I assumed he wasn't going to be in it because I thought he hated the scene that much. Anyway, so yeah, stay tuned for that. But not just Warped Tour, but also like Sick New World was very eventful with My Chemical Romance playing. The announcement of Download too for 2025. So 2025 is going to be a good year to see the festivals, but in 2024 we just had a lot of sick announcements, right? Number 9 is that this year is just the year of collabs. We've had a lot of substantial collaborations from some of our favorite metal musicians. We can look at Knock Loose with Poppy with Bad Omens, Lamb of God with Mastodon, which is kind of overlooked, but it's just cool to see all this collaboration amongst our favorite bands and that sense of unity. One of the coolest ones was at the beginning of the year, Ollie Sykes and Noah Sebastian actually performing together on stage. Okay, next up on the list, so number 8 is the scariest thing on this list. It's the most wild, one of the most wild moments of the year, because this is an attempt at the biggest wall of death. Yeah, Slaughter Prevail, Alex Terrible wanted the biggest wall of death ever, and I'm pretty sure he got it. There's not official word that this is the biggest wall of death yet, but it looks like it. I would not be in it, okay? Maybe I'm a little bit of a bitch, but look, I've done Wall of Deaths. I've done, I mosh too, but that looks just insane. Like, a little too scary. You just gotta fall over, then people will be trampling on you. Like, no thanks, I'm good. And maybe because I'm in my 30s now and that looks like it just really hurts my back. I'm good, man. But yeah, this was one of the most insane things of the year. Next up is Slipknot on Hot Ones. Now, it doesn't seem that far-fetched, but just watch them actually in their like mask and everything in their getup and actually eating spicy wings. It's just, there's something really funny about it.
What the fuck was that? All right. Hey.
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 Fuck you. You lost your hat. Ooh, you can tell that's why it's good, because I'm getting hiccups.
These guys look so fucking intense and like evil in their like costumes meant to scare people, but they're such like likable guys. They're so like chill, down to earth, and like non-censored, which is one of my favorite things about Slipknot and Corey Taylor. But yeah, just having them on the show of like one of the best interview shows on television, even though they weren't actually getting interviewed by Scott Evans, I think that's his name. I don't know, that guy just has insane questions, and I wish he actually asked Corey Taylor some stuff, but still, it was cool to actually see them joke around and eat some spicy wings, so that was a cool win for the metal scene. Number 6 is the fact that this year, 2024, feels like the year of comebacks.
Everyone loves a good comeback story, right? Seabiscuit, the Mighty Ducks,
Robert Downey Jr., who
Rocky.
else? Yes.
Kim Kardashian.
Well,
In the video, she gets cum on her back, I think.
Like not even metal bands, but rock bands too, like Oasis reuniting. But of course we've had like Linkin Park, which was huge, one of the biggest comebacks of the year. Then also like, you know, Adam Gontier of joining 3 Days Grace, Creed doing some reunion tours, and maybe even My Chemical Romance announcing like a tour. I know that they dropped some music like 2 years ago, but it just felt like a lot of bands were like, you know, that were like hiding or quiet, all suddenly coming back for 2024. It was really cool in that regard. So yeah, it's been the year of collabs and comebacks, and what's another word that starts with C? It was just cool. It was just cool, man. Number 5 is Chaney Crabb from the band Entheos. You've probably seen her on Instagram or TikTok, or you probably just know her from her band, who are sick. Check them out. But yeah, she was actually on Kai Cenat's live stream. I've never watched any of his stuff. I just see his face pop up all the time. He's got like 10 million subscribers on YouTube. The dude is super famous. I honestly don't know why. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, for some reason, Chaney Crabb was actually in his streaming room. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so stoked that she was part of that stream, but that that shit was so cringy. But we gotta take those wins when we can. But also she like left out like this heartfelt message about just finding your true passion and going for it.
And I want to encourage all of you out there to find the thing that is meaningful in your heart. Find what you love and chase that.
You there, sitting at home, acknowledge me.
Acknowledge your tribal chief, guys. Where's my wrestling fans at? Where is my love for mommy? I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a little bit of a poser talking about this stuff, but we're moving on to wrestling and WrestleMania. So I've only recently gotten into the world of wrestling, but seeing Rhea Ripley, who's one of the biggest stars in wrestling right now, actually bring out Motionless in White, who's like one of her favorite bands, to WrestleMania was so cool. It's so cool to see like my two worlds colliding. Even though I'm new to wrestling, it was just sick to see. Even if I'm not like the biggest Motionless in White fan, if I'm being completely honest, I just love seeing any wins that we can see like or get. And Chris Motionless and the band actually just performing and shouting out mommy was just making my new wrestling nerdy brain happy, nerdy heart happy. I don't know, dude, it was just cool. It was cool. The third up on the list goes back to the comebacks, but I want to specifically talk about Linkin Park. So Linkin Park coming back was so huge, with Emily Armstrong just shook up the entire rock and even metal community. It was just wild to see that they actually brought a new vocalist after the passing of Chester Bennington. And for what it's worth, you already know my opinion, but I love it. I love seeing Emily, and I thought she's a perfect, like, I don't want to say replacement, but she's like the perfect new vocalist, because it doesn't really feel like she's replacing Chester, but it feels like she's taking some certain aspects but making it her own too, and just feels like a new era of the band.
Going around like a revolver. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be.
This is Emily.
But it's not just, you know, their comeback, but it's what they're doing for the metal community too, by bringing all these bands to their tours. So they've announced shows with Sleep Token, they've announced shows with Bad Omens, and now they're doing a new like North American tour, and they're bringing along Architects and like Spirit Box. So that's just such a huge win to see Linkin Park, one of the OGs to this sound of metalcore music that we listen to. I know they're not metalcore, but they influence so many bands that we listen to, and for them to actually show love and bring support of all these bands like Spirit Box and Architects, blah blah blah, it's just so sick to see, man. 2025 is going to be an insane year. Number 2 is one of the most sickest badass things the scene has ever graced, man. Knock Loose on Jimmy Kimmel with Poppy.
The Grammy-nominated song Suffocate with help from Poppy. Knock Loose. Suffocate!
just them on live television like that and national television where they're actually performing such heavy, savage music was so wild to see. For Jimmy Kimmel, who usually brings in country artists and maybe like some maybe indie rock bands, you know, he's brought like post-hardcore and some metal bands in the past. I mentioned that in one of my videos, but it's just wild that Knocked Loose, being so savage as they are, did not disappoint. They absolutely delivered on being the heaviest band on live television. And then the fact that it was like raining made it somehow more badass. Just the visuals and the energy it was coming across through the TV. I can only imagine what it was like to be in that crowd. It's truly one of the most monumental and sickest things that has ever happened to the core scene, not just metal scene. I'm talking about like hardcore and like metalcore. That shit was fucking gangster. Number 1 on the list, man. This is one of the most historic moments of metal music, period. Gojira at the Olympics. Now, this is like the perfect band that you can introduce to the Olympics, what Gojira stands for, but also their music is just so heavy and it's like the epitome of what metal sounds like. The vocals, the drums, the epic choir, and the meaning behind the visuals too, and the song that they used was just perfection.
Les aristocrates, on les pendra!
It was one of the sickest things that ever happened in metal. We were celebrating it then and we're still celebrating it now. It was just monumental, man. So yeah, those were the 10 craziest metal wins of 2024. 2025, I think, is going to be even better, man. Like I really believe that. I think we're setting up for a really good year next year. But yeah, 2024 was insane and I'm so stoked about all the wins that we've had. So guys, let me know what you thought about 2024 or what you expect in 2025. So comment down below, spice up my life. You know what to do. Comment down how you feel and helps out the videos in the algorithm. Feel free to leave a like, enjoyed the video. Feel free to hit the subscribe button if you insist. But yeah, again, I think 2025 is going to be an insane year. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for the Metal Burb Awards, which is me announcing my favorite picks of the year. But I'm excited, man. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. Thank you for watching. Borrow that. Thank you for tuning in. Till next time. Peace.